We're on.
Two short stories that bring the point home very strongly.
It's enough.
So
It's
one
enough that
first story.
I'm boring, guys.
First story I heard from a Rebbe in Shemai Morgenstern about one of the greatest tzadikim from the previous generations. That is mamish. We have a swarm today, the greatest, most awesomest swarm on Aloha and Kabbalah, and those that know and appreciate a swarm see that the depth and the sharpness and the greatness and the sweetness all combined together. And the story goes, this tzaddik was a mamish learning disabled. He was not able to learn. He couldn't understand a word of anything. Nothing worked. He tried all his life, going to Rebbe, and just they just locked his brain. Nothing went in. Whatever went in came right out. And mamish, it just wasn't working. And one thing that he was an action. He never gave up, and he just used to daven and cry to Hashem every day. He says, Hashem, I know you're just testing me. I know this is a test as great as Akedah Yitzchak and as great as Avram Avinu's test, because you made it impossible for me to learn. But I'm not giving up, so you might as well just take the key and open up my brain, because I'm not giving up. And you see, he never gave up, and still knew nothing. The way, it's a true story, it's brought on the Gum of a Sefer. When he was 70 years old, he was an Amar Gomer trying forever to learn, but I'm sure he worked a little, maybe did some things on the side, but he kept on learning. Nothing went in, but he never gave up, and he never ever stopped davening for Siyata D'Shmaya to be able to be Mastech learning. On his 70th birthday, maybe even 80, I don't remember exactly, when he was ripe and old. One night, his mom was crying to the Abish. He was like, listen, I feel like I'm getting close to the other side of my timeline, and you still haven't opened up the key. You still haven't opened up the lock of my mind. And I'm begging Hashem, please have Rahman. That night he fell asleep, and in his sleep, a holy angel Malach came and learned with him the whole night. In his sleep, he woke up the next morning. He was like, "Wow, I can't believe it. Was that real?" And he takes it as safe, and he said, "No, that was for real, because I know what I learned." The next night again, and the third night again, 3 nights, a mouse came and taught him Kol Kula, and for the next 3 years, he wrote svarim on everything he learned, and then he passed away. That means the last 3 years of his life, he had the beginning of it, as he had the last 3 years, a Malach came and taught him Torah, and he was able to write Chidushei Torah. That means all the years of his tefillah, all the years of crying to Hashem and not giving up, Hashem paid him up, and he was able, mamish, to write the most awesome sperm, which I still use till today. That was story number one. Story number two.
What's the sperm? Who's the guy?
I'm almost sure it was Sefer Rikanti, but I don't want to make a mistake and someone say, what are you talking about? He wrote a story when he was 25. But I'm almost sure the Rebbe said it's a Rikanti. If not, you can feel free to ask Rebbe Schneider who the story was, because I heard it directly from him. The second story was that there was a fellow that Mamish couldn't get the Yitzhar off his back. Mamish couldn't get the Yitzhar off his back. He was trying all different things. Mamish, whatever he tried, it just, Yitzhar is a tough guy, smart cookie. He's been around since the beginning of creation. Anyways, what happened was, once he had heard that, we heard about this Indian that today, a big part of breast learns that way. That is, doesn't make a difference. A person understands, doesn't understand. You just take out a Mishnah, you take out a Gemara, and you start just pounding away in a sing-song. It doesn't make a difference if it reaches your mind, if you remember it or not. You just sit and learn that Gemara, and it goes into your soul, and the words of the Torah clean out your soul like crazy. And this guy's like, what? I never heard this. Sounds like reformed conservative. You don't learn to be Shiva, this guy. You didn't learn. You take out the places, you hack a Chinik, and then, what's this business? Just read it like it's a hill, like he didn't believe it. Right, so sadly enough, he wasn't, doing any learning at all. and his mom was falling and falling and falling. It was bringing him down to levels he never knew. I don't think it's Aaron knew that there was levels like that at Mamish until he reached a place where Mamish felt like the next Avenger, he just, then we're at the level of a Molech himself. And I said, what had happened was, at that moment he found himself, Mamish, true story, Mamish found himself in a very bad place, very, very bad place, spiritually, physically, everything. And as his life, he was about to literally just take a shortcut, to 120. He was like 18 years old and he just like skidded to 120. He was about to, 3 minutes left of his life on countdown. He decided that, what, he's dying. Whatever he took, whatever he did, he's out. Might as well 3 minutes on the ticker left, until he loses it. Might as well open up a safer. See if you were to Gemara that he's going to have his din v'cheshbon in a couple of minutes, as long as he'll grab something with him, a couple of words from a Gemara. Anyway, so he pulls himself to a place, I guess, I don't know, where might be a local shul or a house, whatever it was, where Mamish, whatever he had done to himself, he had a countdown of Mamish, a couple of minutes left to life. He grabbed the Gemara, opened it up, and something he didn't do in the years, and his mom was just out of pounding, like just reading it as quick as he could. He knew every word until he counting goes on that scale, and he knew he was pretty broke. And Maisa, as he thought that he was supposed to go into cardiac arrest for the wonderful activities that he had done, he was just still living. And as he was still living, he was just still reading those words, waiting to drop dead. Elijah, after like an hour and a half, and tons of pages turned, and the guy realized that, okay, whatever he had just done didn't kill himself, he might need some medical attention, but he was learning an hour and a half Gemara. He was just sitting, pounding, and as he's going through it, he's like, hey, I actually understood some of that. That was pretty nice. That was like that was the last machlekes right there that I got. Fine, I couldn't read that. On the spot, he's macabre himself. He's like, what I did, I should have died. But I'm still around, unless I'm in heaven and I don't realize it. I beg you, Hashem, please really grant me another chance in life, and I promise you every day to learn as much as I can. And Lamaisa, believe it or not, this guy was in 3 years, so in 3 years went through a nice percentage of Kol Kula every day with his commitment, because he felt during those moments knowing that he's leaving, that he's being that his life is over, and Imam was just sat there and pounding and pounding and pounding. He gave him such a chiyus, like as he was supposed to die. Instead, he was just bringing life into himself, and he was saying some mamish afterwards, a complete turnaround. Holy brothers, let's not be foolish and wait 3 minutes left on the countdown. Let's pound, take out the Gemara, take it on the Shnais, just read every single day at least, 2-3 block Gemara, read it. If you understand, you understand. If you don't understand, then you don't understand. You will understand. Or you have another say that you understand that every word of Gemara goes through a person's blood vessels and cleans them out. Literally, the detox. It gives them life. It gives them simcha. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you so much.
G'day l'aliyah v'simcha, aliyah v'simcha ta'amin. Nizra g'day l'aliyah v'simcha, aliyah v'simcha ta'amin. Thank you, Reb Mosh.
Good
Good Shabbos. Good Shabbos.